Welcome to the Veterans Gaming Podcast. My name is Kevin, U.S. Navy veteran, U.S. Army veteran, Iraq War veteran, and welcome to my first endeavor into college football. As tonight, I will be calling the first round of the college football playoff. It will be the number 10 seeded Indiana Hoosiers traveling to South Bend, the stadium you see in the background right there, against number 7 Notre Dame. This is basically going to be the first ever college football playoff, which is, I think, something that's been, quite frankly, that's something that's been long overdue. The winner of this game will play the Sugar Bowl on New Year's Day, and they will be playing at, excuse me, they will be playing number 2 Georgia. So, again, my first ever college football game that I'm going to call tonight. I've got the score right there, 0-0, got the logos, I got everything up and running, and I will be keeping tabs of obviously the score as well. So thank you to everybody that is watching tonight on Facebook Live, also on YouTube and on X. Uh, really appreciate it. And in just a few minutes, we're gonna get up and running here. I've never done a college football game before, so I'm gonna go ahead and
Facebook Live, also
dip my toes
YouTube.
into the college football landscape, so to speak, and the first ever college football playoff. Indiana, what a story they've been. Only one loss all season. They did lose to Ohio State. Nevertheless, Coach Signetti, the man has made it happen. He said, "Google me, I win," and he does. With that being said, though, uh, in his time coaching James Madison and in his previous coaching stops, he has gotten to a couple of national title games, but was unable to win the big one. So that's one thing I have noticed. He has yet to win the big one at any level. Again, he does turn things around. So I gotta give him props for that. Uh, and this is basically the greatest Indiana team probably ever with their 11-1 record. I believe back in 1967 they started off 9-0, but this team has exceeded that expectation. Kurt Signetti taking advantage really of the transfer portal. He brought in, I believe, about 13 players from his previous stop from the University of James Madison, and those guys have made the difference. You've got really in this Indiana team a senior laden team, and they are looking to pull off what would be. I don't think it'd be that big of an upset. With that being said, they're being led by their quarterback. I believe he transferred from James Madison. I could be wrong. Mr. Curtis Rourke, number 9. So he is basically the star man for Indiana. And Indiana's about to step onto the field now with their coach. The pressure, I think it's going to be on Notre Dame with their coach. They did lose the second game of the season to Northern Illinois, which is the biggest win in the history, easily the biggest win in the history of Northern Illinois football. With that being said, Notre Dame has won. They have won the rest of their games, and so that is why they are sitting here in the college football playoff as the 7th seed, and they are sporting an 11-1 record. So this is again my first ever endeavor into college football. I have done some NFL earlier this season. I did some New York Jets games. Anybody that's watched my podcast, but the New York Jets, they stink. And so they are not worthy of my energy this anymore this season. Sorry, but that's a whole other that's a whole other uh issue for a whole other day. Notre Dame led by Marcus Freeman. Hey, thank you, Eric. What's up, my man? My man Eric, big time Indianapolis Colts fan. I've known this man for 15 years. A good dude. Thank you for supporting my channel. Who you got, bro? Do you got Indiana or you got Notre Dame? I'm gonna pick Notre Dame. I think Indiana will probably hang in there for maybe 2 quarters, maybe maybe the middle of the third quarter, and I think Notre Dame is gonna pull away. They cannot lose. They can't afford to lose to Indiana. To Indiana, that's going to be a big blemish uh, on Notre Dame and on Marcus Freeman. Marcus Freeman took over about 3 years ago. He lost. I think it was the Sugar Bowl. That was his first game. They thrust him in there in the bowl game, and they lost to Oklahoma State about, like I said, about 3 years ago. That game, that win, ended up being the biggest game in the history of the Oklahoma State football program. Having said that, in the last couple of seasons, Oklahoma State has failed to capitalize on it. Let's see. You're betting on Notre Dame. Okay, all right. I respect that. I respect that. Again, Oklahoma State has not been able to capitalize on that win against Notre Dame in that bowl game. Let's see if Indiana can beat Notre Dame and maybe capitalize on it in the future. There's, like I said, this Indiana team, senior laden team. So a lot of those guys will not play next year. So we'll see what happens with Indiana next season. With that being said, with them getting into the playoff this initial college football playoff, and also the even with this matchup against Notre Dame, if they can beat Notre Dame, obviously that's going to boost Indiana's profile to the moon and back. And I think Kirk Signetti is going to he's going to play. He's going to be coaching Indiana. I could see him coaching them for at least the next 3, 4 years. So if Indiana can pull off this upset against Notre Dame, that's going to boost their profile. And the whole thing with NIL money and the transfer portal, you could definitely see more players go into play for the Indiana Hoosier football team, not the basketball team, the Indiana Hoosier football team. And who knows, maybe down the road, Indiana will be considered a football school, whereas it's always been considered a basketball school, especially during the tenure of the late Robert Montgomery Knight, who led the Hoosier basketball team to 3 national titles. All right, they're about to do the a coin toss, and then we will go to kickoff here in just a couple of minutes. I was gonna start this podcast about 20 minutes ago, but I had something come up, so I'm starting a little late. But you know what they say, better late than never. Again, I am broadcasting tonight on Facebook Live. I'm also on YouTube. If you want to check me out on YouTube, it's Veterans Gaming Podcast, and also on X, formerly known as Twitter. My Twitter handle is Veterans Gaming 7. If you want to check me out there as well. Last week, I did a Premier League soccer match, and I had like 7,000 views on Twitter. I never expected that. So I'm very happy. Slowly but surely, the Veterans Gaming Podcast is going to start slowly rising, slowly rising. All right. So in just a couple of seconds here, we're going to have the kickoff. And I will be keeping the score and everything else up to date. And like I said, I've never done a college football game, so I know the rules of college football are quite different from the NFL rules. So I'm gonna wing this, and I'm gonna make the best of it. So now they're talking to Marcus Freeman right now, the coach of Notre Dame. All right, I'll holler at you later, my man. Marcus Freeman, the ladies love Marcus Freeman for whatever reason. It looks like he spray painted that. That don't look like a legit hairdo there. It looks like he kind of sprayed that on, like what Carlos Boozer used to do back in the day. All right. So we're gonna have kickoff here for Notre Dame versus Indiana. Look at that atmosphere. I think it's like 21 to 28 degrees there. It might snow later on, but let's not worry about that. Let's get right to it. Looks like Indiana won the toss and they will receive. So we got history in the making here. with the college football playoff. If I don't answer you in the chat, whether it's on Facebook Live or on YouTube, it's because I'm trying to make sure that I've got the time down. I'll be keeping score. So I won't be able to catch you. I won't be able to answer until we go to commercial break. All right. So there's Curtis Rourke. My apologies. He transferred from the University of Ohio. 27 passing touchdowns. A great season for him and the Indiana Hoosiers. So it's going to be first and 10, and Indiana will be attacking from their own 25-yard line. Indiana and the visiting white, they will be attacking from right to left on your screen. Notre Dame, the home team, they will be attacking from left to right. Indiana in the shotgun. Running back goes nowhere. So that'll be second and 13. Indiana back in the shotgun. Rourke back to pass. Incomplete. And that will be okay. That'll be third down. Indiana, they've converted 37% of their third downs. That'll be incomplete. And Indiana will punt. Not a good start for Indiana, but it is the first series of the game. So Indiana will punt. It's going to be a short punt. And so it'll be Notre Dame ball. So it'll be first and 10. Riley Leonard, the quarterback for Notre Dame, 10-0 since that loss to NIU, to Northern Illinois. Okay, so Notre Dame, with their first series, they'll start at the 41-yard line. Nothing. Running back gets stuffed. Okay, Notre Dame, it'll be second and 11. Notre Dame in the shotgun. And it's intercepted by Indiana. Well, well, well. Ball deflected right to number 5. And just like that, Indiana with possession early. So let's see if Indiana can capitalize on that. Again, this is the first ever college football game I've ever done. So I'm trying to keep pace with the clock and the downs and the score. Nice run up the middle, but there's a flag down. Let's see who the flag is going to be on. So it'll be holding. All right, so it'll be it's a running play, only about a yard, and that'll be second down. It'll be second and 17. No score here in the first quarter. His first ever college football playoff game between Indiana and Notre Dame. All right, second and 17 from 48. There's another run. It's like about it's like about a 3-yard gain. So that'll be about third and 14. All right, this is going to be a big third down for Indiana. If they can convert this after the interception. Unfortunately, they had that holding play. Rourke back to pass. And he's going deep. Oh, what a catch. What a catch by Surratt. So that'll be first and 10. Rourke back to pass again. And that's an interception. And now Notre Dame will get possession back. So number 0 for Notre Dame with the interception. Okay, this is a new challenge for me. I'm trying to call the game. I'm trying to keep track of the score. I'm trying to keep track of the play clock. I'm trying to keep track of possession. But hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for this challenge tonight. By the way, Xavier watched the free safety came up with that interception for Notre Dame. My next Barclays Premier League podcast is going to be on the 29th. And I'll keep you posted. they've got a full Barclays Premier League schedule, so I got to check the schedule and see who I'm going to have on the air. Now, I'm picking Notre Dame to win this game just off of their experience. But I wouldn't be completely surprised if Indiana is able to pull off the upset. I don't think it'll be as big an upset as some people are making it out to be. But we've already had two turnovers in the first 4 minutes of the of this matchup. Hopefully they can clean that up. My man Don up in Pennsylvania, probably the biggest Notre Dame fan I've known for a long time. Yes, sir. Yeah, he overthrew clearly overthrows the receiver there. All right, what the heck just happened here? Happened on the reception. All right, that's 1st and 10. Uh-oh. First down and more. He's gone. He is gone. And it's going to be 6-0 Notre Dame. Jeremiah Love, touchdown. Touchdown Notre Dame. 98 yards. Ah, this is not good for Indiana. Not good at all. Jeremiah Love, 98-yard touchdown. And the extra point is good. What a good block. Missed a tackle there. And then the speed, that number 22 for Indiana there, the safety, he took a he takes a bad angle, and that's it. And it's 7-0 Notre Dame. And that is tied for the longest run in the history of Notre Dame football. Ties Josh Adams. All right, let's see how Indiana responds. All right, I'm having a all right. There's the kickoff, a fair catch called, and let's see if Indiana can come with a response. Wow, they got 30. transfers on that roster. But again, Signetti guided them to 10 wins, excuse me, 11 wins. First time in the history of Indiana football that that's happened. There's a draw play, nothing. That'll be second down. Indiana had 9 wins total between 2021 and 2023. This year, 2024, they got 11. That'll be second and 12 for Indiana. Work from the shotgun at their own 23. Good run. That'll be third and two. If nothing else, Indiana needs to at least get a get a first down. Third and two. Oh, good hole. And that'll be first and 10. And Indiana keeping the ball moving. Look at that gap right there. You could have drove a Mack truck through that hole. So that'll be first and 10 from the 39-yard line. There's the pass, incomplete. Second and 10. We're almost midway through the first quarter here. Notre Dame leading 7-0 on a 98-yard touchdown run by Jeremiah Love. I don't know what's going on. I'm having a bit of an issue with the signal here. It's another run. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at that run. Fantastic run. And that'll be first and 10 for Indiana. So Indiana's got the running game going as well. This is the first time I'm really paying attention to Indiana's roster. I did catch some of the Ohio State game about 3 weeks ago, but quite frankly, I really don't know anything about either one of these two teams. Okay, there's the Mike Shanahan, the offensive coordinator. Well, I've heard that name before. No, not every football fan knows about the Shanahan family tree. Okay, there's Rourke in the shotgun. Nothing there. That'll be probably third and 8. All right, so another third and long for Indiana, but they're going in the hurry up. They are at the Notre Dame 37-yard line. O'Rourke back to pass, going long, and that'll be incomplete. That'll be fourth and 8. as we are midway through the first quarter, and Indiana will punt. Short punt, and that'll be out of bounds. So Notre Dame will get possession back. They are up 7-0 on Indiana with 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Again, you are watching the Veterans Gaming Podcast. My name is Kevin, and this is the first time I've ever done a college football game. And it's been it's been a pretty interesting few minutes here. Like I said before, I've done some NFL games for my favorite team, the New York Jets, who for 40 years have caused me over 40 years have caused me nothing but heartache, disappointment, frustration. And this year, no, no exception. But I got to keep the faith, and maybe one year. Now we got the owner not wanting to trade for a player because of the Madden rating. What can I say? What can I say? The man just to go needs to go ahead and sell the team. I'm not sure how true that is, but with everything else that Woody Johnson's been doing, man, it ain't gonna be no surprise. No surprise at all. I remember way back in 1999, the Jets were favored to go to the Super Bowl. In that first week, Vinny Testaverde gets hurt, and the Jets had a backup quarterback that, if you're a Notre Dame fan, you probably remember. His name was Rick Meyer. If I remember correctly, Rick Meyer got drafted by the Seahawks back in 90, either 92 or 93. Things kind of didn't work out for Meyer. He bounced around the league, and he ended up with the Jets. Didn't play well, and then Ray Lucas took over for Rick Meyer. Uh, Ray Lucas almost got the Jets to the playoffs that year, and that was kind of all she wrote for Rick Meyer. Unfortunately, Rick Meyer was a damn good quarterback for Notre Dame. He was, I think his last season was in '92. Then they had Kevin McDougal for 1 year, and then Ron Paulus took over the quarterbacking duties for Notre Dame. But Rick Meyer he was an excellent quarterback for Notre Dame. Unfortunately, things did not work out for him in the pros. Now back to the action here. It'll be 1st and 10 for Notre Dame from their own 17-yard line. And that looks like that'll be about a looks like that was about a 4-yard game. So that'll be probably 2nd and 6. The quarterback for Notre Dame played coming from Duke University. All right, 2nd and 6 from the 21-yard line. Ah, drops it. All right, so that'll make it 3rd and 6. Faison drops the pass. But Notre Dame going in a bit of a hurry up offense with 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Notre Dame leading Indiana 7-0 in this first game of the 2024 college football playoffs. Mark my words, it'll be a 16-team playoff in the next 4 to 5 years. You can book that. Third and six from the 21. Man in motion. Notre Dame in the shotgun. There's the pass. Short pass. Oh, good move to get by the defender there. And that'll be first and 10, Notre Dame. Nice move. That looks like a move Reggie Wayne did on Darrell Revis back in the AFC title game about 15 years ago. There's a snap. Nothing doing there. That'll be second and 10. So far, Notre Dame 111 total yards, but 98 of those came in that one touchdown run. Second down. Play action. All right, that's going to be third and two. Fisher with the tackle for Indiana. Like I said, this is my first college football game, so I really don't know anything about any of these two teams' rosters. You do got Aiden Fisher, first team All Big Ten. All right, third and two with 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Another draw, good run. And that'll be first and 10 for Notre Dame. Again, Leonard, the senior quarterback for Notre Dame, played 3 seasons at Duke before coming over to South Bend. There's a snap. Oh, fumble. But okay, they're gonna call that an incomplete pass. So that'll be second and 10. I don't know. That looked like he caught it and he fumbled it and it was recovered. And it looked like it was recovered by Notre Dame. All right, what's going on with my signal here? Come on now. Come on now. Sorry about that. I'm having some signal issues here. Been having some bad weather where I live. It's a lots of wind as well. This is the wrong time to have a this is the wrong time to have technical difficulties, but these things happen on a live broadcast. All right, so I'll keep you up to speed on this game. Give me just a minute. All right, 2:25 left in the first quarter. That'll be 2nd and 8. Notre Dame and Indiana territory at the Indiana 40-yard line, up 7-0. There's the screen by Leonard. Okay, and that'll be 1st and 10 for Notre Dame. Notre Dame, I mean, with that 98-yard run, they've shown so far in this first quarter that they're the better team, and they are starting to move the ball down the field. Looks to me like they're winning the battle at the line of scrimmage as well. Minute 35 left. This has been a 10-play, 52-yard drive, and they've used 5.5 minutes of time in the first quarter. That look like that's a false start. Okay, so that'll be all right, that'll be 1st and 15. First penalty of the night for Notre Dame. First down, Notre Dame. Right now, Notre Dame winning the battle of the trenches, and they've already established a running game. Looks like the Indiana defensive line, they look like they're just too small. There's another running play. Uh, that run is uh, that run is stuffed, and that's going to be the last play of the first quarter with the score Notre Dame 7 and Indiana nothing. All right, well, that was a very interesting first quarter. And look, I think even after watching this first quarter, I think again Notre Dame is the better team. They've dominated the trenches. It looks to me like the Indiana defensive line is just too small. And I think that as this game wears on, I think Notre Dame should probably focus on the running game, which has already been established. And right now, Indiana doesn't seem to have an answer for that. They were, I think, really what turned the tide. Obviously, was that interception in the red zone, and then on the very next play, a 98-yard touchdown run by Jeremiah Love, and that's been the difference in this matchup. I'm doing the best I can trying to keep up with the score and the downs. Like I said, I ain't never done this before. So I've never tried to call a game and then keep score of a game. Not a football game. A soccer game is a whole lot easier. But I'm here to meet the challenge, and as I start doing more football games, I'm surely gonna get better at doing the timekeeping portion of it. But again, after one quarter of the first ever college football playoff game, it is the home team Notre Dame 7, Notre Dame Fighting Irish 7, Indiana Hoosiers 0. Notre Dame dominating time of possession. Right now, the offensive line has been dominant over the Indiana defensive line. Couple of missed tackles by Indiana as well. And if Notre Dame can sustain this, this is going to be, I think, a relatively easy victory for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And they should go on to face Georgia in the Sugar Bowl on New Year's Day. Unless Indiana can come up with a couple of big plays to steal momentum. Uh, they're uh, they're talking to the Indiana coach, who I'll give him his props. The man does not lack confidence, and that rubs off on his team. So I'll give him props for that. I mean, hey, he's taken Indiana to somewhere where they've never been before. So for the Indiana players that will be coming back, it'll be a great experience. There, and that will be 3rd and 1. Jordan Faison, the wide receiver, a member of the national championship lacrosse team for Notre Dame. Okay, did not know that. Like I said, I don't follow college football anywhere near like I follow the NFL. So this is a whole new experience. 1st and goal. Okay, and that will be 1st and goal. So that'll be 1st and goal from the 4 yard line. Stuffed. So that'll be 2nd and goal. Looks like Indiana wasn't completely set, but they were alert. All right, 2nd and goal from the Indiana 4 yard line. Notre Dame attacking from the 5. Notre Dame attacking from right to left. There's a touchdown to the tight end. Jaden Thomas, the junior, with the touchdown. And the extra point is good. So he 14-0 Notre Dame. I don't I don't think Indiana's got it in them, honestly. Hey, I'm gonna be honest, man. This has been a bit rough to try to keep track of the score and the downs. Like I said, I've never done a never done a college never done any kind of college football game before. But hey, I'm not scared to give it a shot. So I'm sure I'll probably get roasted in the comment section eventually. But hey, I ain't scared, y'all. I ain't scared to try something new. But yeah, if you want to hit me up in the chat on YouTube, Veterans Gaming Podcast, or on Facebook Live, come on down. Let me hear what you think about this game. And Indiana's got to come up with something like here and now because it's not looking good. It's not looking good. All right, here we go. We are back live from Notre Dame Stadium. Tomorrow it's going to be a triple header: SMU versus Penn State, Clemson at Texas, and Tennessee at Ohio State. All right, so it'll be Indiana ball. Notre Dame kicks off, and it'll be a fair catch. And now Indiana must respond. Indiana's last win at Notre Dame, 1898. Well, a lot went on in 1898, but I wasn't around for any of it. So, all right. This is going to be the biggest drive of the season for Indiana. Indiana needs to, at a bare minimum, come away with 3 points from this drive. The quarterback takes it himself. It's about 2 yards there. That'll be second down and 8. Second and 9, excuse me. Jack Kaiser setting a Notre Dame record for games played. Congratulations to him. Well, first down. That'll be first and 10 for Indiana with under 12 minutes left in the second quarter. Just what Indiana needed. Let's see if they can keep it going. First and 10 at their own 36-yard line. They are attacking from left to right. Work. You draw play. Okay, good. Nice run. And that'll be a first down for Indiana. Justice Ellison with that run. Now Indiana in Notre Dame territory at the Notre Dame 49. O'Rourke pitch, no gain. Nothing there for Justice Ellison. Right. Notre Dame having the overall third best defense in terms of points per game allowed. That's going to be an incomplete pass, and that will be 3rd and 10. That pass was deflected. Notre Dame right now keep keeping the momentum. If they can get in, stop Indiana here, and get another score, this game might be over already. 3rd down, nothing. And that'll be 4th down. Mm-mm-mm. It's kind of a weird looking punt there, but that'll go out of bounds, and it'll be 1st and 10 Fighting Irish. And like I said just a little bit ago, with 9:30 left in the second quarter, Notre Dame up 14-0. I think if they get a touchdown here, I'm gonna be honest, I don't see Indiana coming back. You could tell the same thing when they played Ohio State. Once Ohio State returned that punt, and I think that made it either 21-7 or 28-7. I don't remember off the top of my head. It was pretty much over. It's pretty much over after that. And I knew that there wasn't any chance of Indiana coming back and winning that game. And I think you can expect the same here, unless Indiana can figure out a way to score. But again, thank you to everybody that's watching me tonight on X, on Facebook Live, and on YouTube. This is the first ever college football game I've ever done, and so I'm dipping my toes in the water out here doing the first ever college football playoff game. In this matchup, the Indiana Hoosiers are visiting the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I think this is good. I think this is something that college football should have done a long time ago. At the minimum, an 8-team playoff. They're starting out this year with a 12-team playoff. But mark my words, in the next 5 years, it will be a 16-team college football playoff. They're just kind of seeing what the ratings are going to be, how many people are going to go to the games. It's packed house. obviously in South Bend. I think they were smart to have this these first round games at the stadium where the highest seeded team is at. I think that's good. And then, like I stated earlier, the winner will go to the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans to play the Georgia Bulldogs. Riley Leonard, 7 of 9 for 56 yards, a touchdown, and an early pick. Curtis Rourke for Indiana, only 2 of 8, 38 yards, and a pick. So Riley Leonard so far has been the better quarterback in this matchup, and Notre Dame have been the better team. Leonard with the pass that's gonna be a first down. I think when this drive Notre Dame, they're at their own 33-yard line. I think right now is when they're going to start really exerting their dominance and imposing their will on Indiana. And if you look at the coach of the Indiana Hoosiers right now, he knows it too. He's already got his hands on his hips in frustration. Okay, that'll be no gain. That was a very very good run stop by Sean Asbury the second, and that was a loss of a yard. 8:20 left in the second quarter. Draw play. Oh, that's going to be another loss right there. Yeah, that's going to be about what that'll be about third and 15 there. Third 15, third and 16. I don't know why he was trying to hurdle that defender. That was not. He tried to hurdle Amari Farrell there. That is a third and 16. Leonard in the shotgun. Screen pass is dropped. That'll be fourth and 16. Notre Dame will punt, and Indiana will get the ball back. That's what Indiana needed right there. Lionel Carr Jr. gets up in there and bats the ball down. Miles Price will return it for Indiana. Bit of a squib punt there. And Indiana will have possession. Midway through the second quarter, it is Notre Dame 14, Indiana nothing. Here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. Again, this is the Veterans Gaming Podcast. I am Kevin, U.S. Navy veteran, U.S. Army veteran, Iraq War veteran. Started this gaming podcast a little bit over a year ago. Played a whole lot of FIFA, and then I went into a Football Manager 24, did a little bit of NBA. I will be doing Madden 25 in the near future. And then from there, I'll just start transitioning into calling Premier League soccer games, which have been, that's been an absolute fantastic experience. I'm telling you, it's been phenomenal. And then I've done some NFL games, like I stated earlier, and this is my first ever college football game. So I'm trying to do things out of the box, so to speak. I don't want to get boxed into just one thing. If the Right now I have no desire to do any kind of NBA games. I don't know. I've kind of lost interest in the NBA in the last couple of seasons. I might really, really extend myself, and I might do an NHL game. And this is coming from somebody who knows pretty much. I pretty much know nothing about hockey. I can tell you some players. I can tell you, Wayne Gretzky, of course, Mark Messier, Patrick Raw, Claude Lemieux, Sidney Crosby, Mario Lemieux, uh, Ron Hextall. I mean, I know players. Peter Forsberg, Joe Sakic, uh, Patrick Kane. I can name you players, but I can't really tell you what they did or how many points they scored. I don't know what icing is. I know you got a goalie, two defensemen, two wingers, and a center. So I don't know too much about hockey, but I'm willing to I'm willing to dip my toes in that ocean. I've heard of Cole McCarr. Good play by Notre Dame there. Nothing. That'll be second and 10. I do like watching the Stanley Cup Finals. I think hockey's a great sport. I did watch that game seven with Edmonton and Florida. Yeah, hockey is a great sport. Just don't know too much about it. All right, second and 9 from their own 37, Indiana, trying to get something going, and that's not going to help. That'll be third and 11. And quite frankly, Indiana's not looking too confident right now. Here, midway through the second quarter, Indiana obviously need a first down here. Third and 10. Rourke back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Zips one in there. That's what Indiana needed right there, a first down. So that'll be first and 10. Good block on that blitz. Indiana back in Notre Dame territory. O'Rourke back to pass. That's going to be a flag for pass interference on Notre Dame. Only the second penalty of the game for the Fighting Irish. So that'll be holding on Notre Dame. And that'll be first and 10 for Indiana from the Notre Dame 39-yard line. Rourke back to pass. Pressure incomplete. Yeah. You can see the coach for Indiana getting very nervous. That was Leonard Moore, the safety. on the coverage. All right, 2nd and 10 from the Notre Dame 39. Indiana with the ball. Rourke. And it's caught. First down, Indiana. Indiana in the hurry up. Oh, breaks a tackle. And gets out of bounds, and that'll be a 1st and 10. Indiana in the red zone. Okay, that'll be 2nd down. Okay, that'll be a 3rd and 5 with 4:18 left in the second quarter. Uh, 4th and 4. Is Indiana going to go for it? Looks like they are. All right, this might be the play of the game right here. Indiana doesn't have to score here, but obviously they need a first down. Looks like they're gonna call timeout. So Indiana calling their first timeout, and a big decision to make here for Kirk Signetti, the coach of the Indiana Hoosiers. Well, I hope you're enjoying this podcast. Again, way different from the Barclays Premier League soccer. I can kind of do that with my eyes closed at this point. But college football is a whole different it's a whole different ball game. But like I said a little bit ago, hey, I'm not scared to give it a shot. So that's what's up. All right, so it'll be 4th down for Indiana. They just call the timeout. They're down 14-0 with 3:30 left in the first half. They need to come away with points here, but we'll see if they're gonna go for three or if they're gonna really roll the dice and try to get seven out of this possession. All right, this timeout's taken forever and a day, but looks like we finally back on screen here. I haven't seen a timeout take this long. Usually the NFL timeouts are And it looks like Indiana's going to go for three. Yeah. Kurt Signetti not happy at all. All right, so Indiana's going to go for a field goal, at least put points on the board, unless they try to fake the field goal, which from where they're at, that wouldn't be smart. Right up the middle, and Indiana with gets points on the board. So they'll be kicking it off to Notre Dame. Mm. All right, now another 20 minutes of commercials before Notre Dame gets the ball back. All right, we're back here on the college football playoff first round. Indiana just kicked a field goal down. Now they're down 14-3 with 3:26 left in the first half. All right, so it'll be first and 10 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter. Notre Dame leading Indiana 14-3 live from South Bend, Indiana, the home of Notre Dame. Again, shout out to my man Donald. I know he's watching out in Hershey, PA. Notre Dame from their own 17. Leonard back to pass. He scrambles. Gets about it's about 3 yards there. That'll be second and 7 for Notre Dame. Second down. Leonard again. Looks like he got about a yard there. So that should be third and 6. Notre Dame seems content to just run out the clock here, but I think they should try to go for at least 3. Third and 6 from their own 21. All right, so we are going to go down to the 2-minute warning with the score: Notre Dame 14, Indiana 3. Hmm. All right, there's a local hockey commercial on here. I was just talking about hockey earlier, but this is minor league hockey. There is a local there is a local minor league hockey team where I live. All right, 2 minutes left in the first half. It's third and 6. Notre Dame from their own 21. Can Indiana get a stop here? Leonard pressured. That's close. They're going to call it a catch. Clock continues to run with 150 left. Oh, it does. The ball does drag on the ground just a little bit, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to overturn the original call of a catch. From that angle that I'm looking at there, looks like it might be. Oh, that looks like that might be called an incomplete pass. So that play is under review from the booth. Oh, they're going to call that a catch. Okay. Oh, that looked incomplete to me, but I guess there wasn't any I don't know if Faison caught that ball or not. That's close. But it'll be first and 10 Notre Dame, and they've got all three of their timeouts as well. Leonard back to pass. Pressure. Okay, looks like that there'll be second and 4. Leonard back to pass. Oh, put some moves on. That'll be a first down. That'll be first and 10. Caught. That was a catch. And Notre Dame will take their first timeout. And they are at the Indiana 48 with 42 seconds left. Up 14-3. It'll be a triple header tomorrow. SMU at Penn State, followed by Clemson at Texas. And in the nightcap, it'll be Tennessee at Ohio State. And I'm telling you what, if Ohio State, if they lose to Tennessee, you can kiss Ryan Day goodbye, especially after 4 straight losses to Michigan. And it's really over if they lose to Tennessee. But I think they'll edge out Tennessee, and I think they'll lose to Oregon in the next round. Right. Incomplete. Okay, that'll be third and 1. Like Notre Dame, they've got time. They got two timeouts. Not really far from. They're about 12 yards from field goal range. That'll be a first down and more. And they get right in field goal range. Leonard back to pass. And that'll be second and 10 with 23 seconds left in the first half. But Notre Dame within in field goal range. Leonard back. Whoa, that was risky. That'll be third and 10 with 20 seconds left. So Indiana not out of it. Uh-oh. Are they gonna call roughing the passer on Carpenter? Looks like that's gonna be a no, no flag. With 20 seconds left. So in spite of everything, Indiana right now still very much in it. Third and 10. Man in motion. Leonard back. Screen. Oh, that he's gonna get nothing. Oh, breaks a tackle there. And that will be fourth down. And Notre Dame will take their second timeout. So they'll most definitely be going for three here. There's a Greg McElroy, former Alabama quarterback, had a cup of coffee with the New York Jets. I want to say back in 2000 and 2011, 2012-ish. So with 11 seconds left, Notre Dame is going to try a field goal to try to go up 17-3 going into the half. It'll be a 49-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up, and it's good. Marcus Freeman, hot fired up. Okay. But believe it or not, Indiana not out of it. Not a great first half. But now Indiana's got to put touchdowns on the board. Okay, let's go. It's going to be a fair catch. And I'm sure Indiana will just take a knee, and then we will go to halftime here in this first ever college football playoff game. Again, thank you for watching this first half here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. Hey, Cody, how you doing? And that will be the last play of the first half. So after 30 minutes of action, it is Notre Dame 17, Indiana 3. Merry Christmas to Cody and to everybody that's watching tonight on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. It was starting to look like the game was starting to slip away from Indiana, but credit to them. They're only down 17-3, and that's very manageable. But Notre Dame has been the better team in the first half, particularly dominating the line of scrimmage. That offensive line really giving the Indiana defensive line the business. And if memory serves me correct, Notre Dame uh, should have the ball to begin the second half. All right, so we're gonna we're gonna do a little halftime break, and then we will be back with the second half of Notre Dame versus Indiana here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. All right, we are back here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast, and in just a minute or two here, we're going to go into the second half of this first matchup, Notre Dame versus Indiana. Thank you, Trevor, uh, for chatting. I think it's going to be. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the favorites. I think it's gonna be a. Think in spite of everything else, it's gonna come down to Georgia versus Oregon in the final. They're showing a replay of that touchdown run, that 98-yard run by Jeremiah Love. That has been the play of the game. Okay, looks like they're gonna go to some more commercials. Again, thank you tonight to everybody that has watched on Facebook Live and commented. Um, Everybody that's watched me on X/Twitter, and also on my YouTube channel, Veterans Gaming Podcast. All right. So the second half should start here momentarily. Having some kind of funky issues. The screen on the TV here, it goes on and off. So I've almost missed a couple of plays during uh during this broadcast. But thankfully nothing too crazy, but still. Unfortunately, those are the kind of things that can happen on when you're doing a live telecast podcast. Also, on Sunday, this coming Sunday morning, I might do the Tottenham Hotspur Liverpool matchup at 10:30 Central Time, but I'm not completely sure. If nothing else, I'll definitely do the West Ham Liverpool matchup on the 29th. For sure that will absolutely happen. All right. Still in commercials here. Oh, it's a good one tomorrow. Arsenal versus Man City from Villa Park. Oh, that's right. Uh, Okay. I'm just looking at the Christmas schedule here. I won't be able to broadcast any of that. All right, the second half is about to begin here momentarily. And I think Notre Dame will be getting the ball to start the second half here in this first ever college football playoff game. Notre Dame has been dominant, but Indiana might still have a chance, only down 17-3. But they need to make something happen immediately at the start of this second half. Indiana will be kicking off to Notre Dame. In this third quarter, Notre Dame will be attacking from right to left in their home blue uniforms with the golden helmets. University of Indiana and the all white uniforms. They will be attacking from left to right. So the second half is about to begin in this college football playoff. Indiana versus Notre Dame. Oh, there's a reverse. He gets past the first defender. Plenty of space. Breaks another tackle. How about that? With that opening kickoff of the second half, Notre Dame is going to start off in Hoosier territory. Nice pitch. So great field position for Notre Dame to start the second half. That was the key play right there. So Notre Dame will start off first and 10 from the Indiana 47. But that's going to be a delay of game on Notre Dame. So that'll be first and 15 instead of first and 10. There's a look at the coach of Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman. So now Notre Dame at their own 48. Still a really good field position. Short grab. That looks to be about second and 8. All right, second and 8 from the Indiana 44.5 yard line. Only a yard there, so should be third and 6. Kurt Signetti, an 8-game improvement. Indiana only won 3 games last season. So even if they don't win today, you can't take anything away from Kurt Signetti and the job that he's done at Indiana in just one season, the way he has turned that program around. Leonard back to pass, and he drops it. And that'll be fourth down. So Indiana does catch a break. That ball goes right through the hands of the receiver. Mm. Bo Collins completely missed that. All right. Miles Price to return for Indiana. Fair catch. All right. Again, Indiana not out of it. The offense hasn't Unfortunately for them, the offense hasn't really got going. So that's been their biggest issue. All right, so now we're going to go to about 52 more commercials here. Then Indiana will get their first possession of the second half. Mm, mm, mm. I tell me what you think in the chat. Get on Facebook Live. Get on YouTube. Let me know what you think about this game so far. Like I said, to me, it just looks like overall Notre Dame is the better team. And personally, I think they should be up. I think they should be up more than 14. But that's just me. That's just what I think. I think Notre Dame is a better squad right now. But if Indiana can get a touchdown here in this possession, man, who knows? But again, Kurt Signetti to be able to turn this Indiana program around the way he has. He's never had a losing season coaching at IUP, Elon, James Madison, and at Indiana. So again, props to the man. He was an assistant for years under Nick Saban at Alabama. And that's going to be a sack. One of the Notre Dame players is hurt, and he is he's down bad. That's going to be Riley Mills. All right, so they're going to check on him, and they're going to go to another commercial. Hopefully, the young man will be able to get up under his own power. All right. Hope you're enjoying this first game of the first ever college football playoff. In this initial matchup, it is Indiana versus Notre Dame. Okay. Okay, they're showing some ESPN original series. I guess this is just kind of, I guess how they came along with how they came up with the college football playoff. All right, the young man is walking under his own power. He did come up with the sack. Oh, yeah, yeah, that was a non. Oh, when he went for the sack, his leg hit with his teammate. Oof. He might not come back to this game, but at least he is walking under his own power. That was number 99, Riley Mills, walks off under his own power. So he may not return to this game, but if Notre Dame advance, hopefully he'll be good to go to be able to play in the next game should Notre Dame win. Okay, there's a flag down. See what that flag is. Offsides on Notre Dame. So that'll be a 5 yard penalty. Second and 13. Oh, a little razzle dazzle by Indiana, but not much there. So that'll be probably maybe a 1 yard gain at the most. So that'll be third and 11. Indiana deep in their own territory. They're at the 11 yard line, their own 11. Rourke sacked, and that will be fourth down. It's might start getting ugly here for Indiana as Rourke takes the sack. The punt, it's return. Good return, too. Okay, and that will be Notre Dame ball. And that will be first and 10 in Indiana territory. And that was Bryce Young who got the sack on Rory a couple of minutes ago. Marcus Freeman having a word with one of the officials there, mm, telling the ref to do his effing job. Notre Dame operating from the Indiana 43-yard line, running play. That'll be it's about a 2-yard gain, so that'll be 2nd and 8. And Marcus Freeman just earlier this week agreed to a 4-year extension to stay at Notre Dame. He's done a pretty good job. I know a lot of Notre Dame fans they didn't like that'll be a first down. They didn't like Brian Kelly, who was Marcus Freeman's predecessor. All right, that'll be 1st and 10 from the Indiana 33-yard line. Notre Dame attacking from right to left. Leonard hands it off, and that's a good 8, 9 yard gain. That'll be 2nd and 2 more than likely. All right, that'll be 2nd and 1. Caught, and that'll be a first down. If Notre Dame gets a touchdown here, Indiana's in deep trouble. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. Another handoff, just a yard. So that'll be 2nd and 9 with 8:15 left in the third quarter. Notre Dame leading Indiana 17-3. Jadarian Price in the game for Notre Dame, wearing number 24. Again, 2nd and 9 from the Indiana 19-yard line. Leonard back to pass, and he is taken down. That'll be third and 14. The sack by James Carpenter, Indiana. 3rd and 14 from the end. There's a blitz. Leonard gets out of it, and he's taken out of bounds, and they're going to throw a flag for a late hit. Oh, Signety's not going to like that. There's a little scuffle between the players. Signetti with a pretty pissed off look on his face. That looks like that's going to go against Carpenter. Oh, yeah, that's a late hit by Carpenter. Oh, he almost hits the Notre Dame coach there. So that'll be first and 10 from the Indiana 13-yard line. And that's about an 8, 9 yard gain with 6:30 remaining. And now from the Indiana 4-yard line. And right now for Indiana, I think the game will be on the line here. They got to get a stop, and they had a stop just a minute ago. Okay, okay, that will be third down. That will be 3rd and 4. If Indiana can get a stop here, make it 20-3. There's still hope. However, if Notre Dame scores, I don't think Indiana's going to be able to bounce back. 3rd and 4. Leonard back to pass. Okay, okay, Indiana's going to hold them. Okay, so Indiana does hold. Clearly down. The knee and the elbow are both down. All right, this should be a chip shot here. Okay, Notre Dame's going into some funky formation. I doubt that they're going to go for it. Okay, they tried some crazy there, but that will be looks like that'll be Indiana ball. Coach getting a good laugh out of that. Or did Notre Dame call time? I think Notre Dame got a timeout before that. No, so Indiana's the one that called the timeout. Okay, they saw that formation and looks like they panicked a little bit. So it looks like I think Notre Dame will definitely be going for a field goal here. All right, so Notre Dame ended up tricking Indiana into using a timeout. Wow. Marcus Freeman playing chess here while the Indiana Hoosiers were playing checkers. Okay, looks like oh, there's a flag for offsides. Heck, offsides ball on Notre Dame. So this field goal attempt will be just a little more difficult, but it should be makeable for Jeter. And it is good. And so it is 20-3 Notre Dame with 4:21 left in the third quarter. And Notre Dame just bamboozled Indiana into using one of their timeouts. And now Indiana's got no choice but to score touchdowns. Again, thank you for watching tonight. This is the Veterans Gaming Podcast, my first endeavor into college football here, calling the first ever college football playoff game between the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Indiana Hoosiers. The Indiana Hoosiers, one of the Cinderella teams of the 2024 college football season, only won 3 games last season. Now they have in essence, no matter what happens here tonight, you are looking at from a record standpoint and from everything they've accomplished. This is the greatest team in the history of Indiana Hoosier football, and that's something that can never ever be taken away from any player on that team. With that being said, they need touchdowns, and they need touchdowns in a hurry. All right, so Notre Dame is going to kick off to Indiana, and again, Indiana just lost one of their timeouts as well. It's going to be a fair catch. So Indiana will start at their own 25-yard line. They will be attacking from left to right. Looks like the young man they got hurt for Notre Dame earlier, Riley Mills, doesn't look like he'll be back for Notre Dame. But Notre Dame, they're doing good though without him. Up 20-3. It's a handoff. Nothing. Looks like a looks like a 1 yard loss. Second and 11. I think Kurt Signetti is looking to Looking at him from my vantage point, looks like he might starting to feel a bit resigned as far as this game goes. Second and 11. Rourke back to pass. A good spin move. Okay, good game there for Indiana. That's a manageable 3rd and 3 with 3:26 left in the third quarter. But they do need to pick up the pace. 3rd and 3. Rourke in the shotgun, man in motion. Rourke back, takes a hit, overthrows. Ina on 4th and 3. I think Indiana's pretty much got to go for it now. Took a hit just as he let go of the ball. That pass just off the fingertips of the receiver, Miles Cross. And Indiana will punt. And they will take the delay of game as well. We'll start there on Asbury. There's the punt. Good punt. Fair catch called. And with 2:48 left, Notre Dame will take over, leading Indiana 20-3. And quite frankly, it's I think it might be over for Indiana. All right, let me know what you think here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. Do you think that Indiana has any chance of coming back against Notre Dame? I say no. Coming back against Notre Dame, I say no. Coming back think Notre Dame against Notre Dame, I say no. Can go ahead and start packing their bags and head to New Orleans to take on Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. But again, uh, for Indiana, best season in their history, and think of all the exposure that Indiana football has gotten, exposure they've never gotten before. That should help with recruiting. That should help when it comes to NIL and the transfer portal, etc. So I can assure you there will be some good players that will be committing to the University of Indiana football team. next season and possibly beyond. All right, we're about to get back to the action here, and Notre Dame with a chance to really put this game away. Okay, Northern Illinois will play in the Idaho Potato Bowl tomorrow against Fresno State. Northern Illinois, the only team to beat Notre Dame this season. Leonard, pass. Okay, that'll be 2nd and 2. And really, all Notre Dame can, they can pretty much milk the clock because Indiana's offense has done absolutely nothing. Oh, nice stiff arm. And that's going to be 1st and 10. Jeremiah Lowe breaking 2 tackles there and that stiff arm at the end. Minute 42 left in the third. Notre Dame from their own 46. Leonard pump fakes, gets it to the tight end, putting that stiff arm on number 12. Mm, whoa. Mm, mm, mm. Second and 1. A minute left in the third quarter. Leonard, Indiana now missing tackles. So that'll be 1st and 10. 44 seconds left in the third. Notre Dame from in the Indiana 35-yard line. This will probably be the last play of the third quarter. Good defense there by Indiana. And that's the end of the third quarter with the score Notre Dame 20, Indiana 3. And we'll be right back with the fourth quarter of this game here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. All right, I'm back here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast, getting ready to start the fourth quarter, and this one's pretty much done and dusted at this point. Notre Dame up 20-3 on Indiana, and Notre Dame will be moving on, and they will be playing Georgia on New Year's Day, barring an epic collapse here in this fourth quarter, and that game will be New Year's Day. I might do that game. I don't know. Second and 14. All right, so that'll be third down. That'll be third and six with 14 and a half minutes left. And at this point, all Notre Dame really has to do is just keep running the ball, play with the clock. They're on the Indiana 31-yard line. Leonard back to pass. Oh, what a pass. And that's going to be first and 10. Notre Dame definitely within field goal range. Man, he zipped it between over the basically between three defenders. First and 10 from the Indiana 23. Notre Dame attacking from left to right. Indiana calls a blitz. Leonard, it's around. Oh, caught, but there's a flag down. That looks like it'll be a holding penalty, but we'll see. Okay, so that's against Indiana, and it will be first and 10. Is it going to be first and 10 or first and 5? That looks like it's first and 5 to me. It's starting to snow in South Bend, and it looks like reality is starting to set in for Indiana. Leonard back. Indiana only one loss, and that was at Ohio State, and some pretty dominant wins, except the Michigan game. And then after losing at Ohio State, they go out there and destroy Purdue 66 nothing. Second and 5. Pressure by Indiana, but Leonard breaks two tackles, but gets nothing on that one. So that will be third down. Again, reality starting to set in for Indiana as Notre Dame is starting to just run out the clock here in the fourth quarter. And this will be third and 6. Notre Dame shouldn't even bother throwing the ball. They should just run it. But there's Leonard back to pass. Oh, that's a drop. So that'll be fourth and 6. and Notre Dame will probably go for a field goal here. The field goal unit is coming onto the field, and this should be an easy field goal for Notre Dame. Notre Dame, and that's going to be all. That should be all she wrote. Mitch Jeter 2 for 2. This should be a chip shot for him. Oh, it's blocked. Indiana with the ball. How about that? A slight glimmer of hope for the Hoosiers. It's like number 95 got a piece of it first. How about that? But still a three possession game. And with the way Indiana's offense has been playing, um, not very optimistic about Indiana's chances. All right, with 12-12 left in this game. All right, so here we go with another string of 600 commercials. And more commercials. Oh well. All right, we're back here now. Indiana with the ball with 12-12 left, down 20-3, and they need to hurry up and put points on the board immediately. But the Notre Dame fans loving it. Indiana cheerleaders still cheerleading, but not smiling like they were earlier. Indiana offense, an offense that averaged over 43 points throughout the season. Reality set in. Only 3 points tonight, so they definitely won't be scoring 43. Starting off from their own 40, 1st and 10. There's the toss play. Gets about it's about 3 yards. That'll be 2nd and 7. Just from Signetti's body language, the way he's walking, He knows it's over. Oh, good play there. That'll be 1st and 10 for Indiana. Okay, my TV's acting up a little bit here. All right. Indiana operating from the Notre Dame 47 with 11 minutes left. Rourke back to pass. Goes long. It's deflected and it's out of bounds. That'll be 2nd and 10. And if it wasn't for that deflection, that would have been an INT for Notre Dame. All right, 2nd and 10 with 11:02 left in the fourth quarter. Indiana down 20-3. Rourke back to pass. Scrambles out of trouble. And that's incomplete. That'll be 3rd down. All right, 3rd and 10. Indiana operating out of the Notre Dame 47. Rourke back. Pressured. Screen. Nothing. That'll be 4th down. So Notre Dame player down. And that was Bryce Young that was down for Notre Dame. Not a good night for Indiana Hoosier football, but at the end of the day, this will go down as the greatest season in the history of the Indiana Hoosier football program. And that is no small feat considering the lack of success that Indiana football has had. Best their best season since 1967. All right, so Indiana will punt with 10:45 left in the fourth quarter. James Evans will be punting for Indiana. And that will be first and 10, Notre Dame. Kirk Signetti named National Coach of the Year, and rightfully so, for the turnaround that he has had with the Indiana Hoosiers. There's some dejected Indiana Hoosier fans, but nothing to be ashamed of in this 2024 season. A team that only won 3 games last season. They should be proud of themselves. But unfortunately for Indiana, they will be losing a lot of seniors. This is a senior-laden team, including, I believe, there's 13 seniors, the ones that transferred from James Madison. Leonard back to pass. That'll be first down. They'll get first down Notre Dame with 9:35 left in the fourth quarter. All right, this has been a very interesting podcast for me tonight. Like I said, I've never done a college football game, so hopefully I did good under the circumstances of not knowing the players. Like I said, I don't follow college football anywhere near the way I follow the pros. There's a toss play. All right, that'll be second and 12. It's a 2 yard loss. So Notre Dame content to run out the clock. No need to score 60 points here, which obviously won't happen at this point. Notre Dame just wanting to get out of this game pretty much injury free, which looks like they will. Okay, that'll probably looks like that'll be about third and 5 with 8 minutes left in this ball game. So Notre Dame at this point content to just run the ball and take as much time off the clock as possible. Indiana's offense produced nothing. Plus Notre Dame kept Indiana's offense off the field as well. There's Leonard. That'll be a first down with that scramble. Good scramble by Riley Leonard, and that'll obviously take more time off the clock. That'll be first and 10 from their own 49. And honestly, I don't even think Notre Dame's going to try to score here. I think they're just going to try to run out the clock and get out of Dodge with a victory. So that's going to be 2nd and 5. 2nd and 4, excuse me. Indiana's pretty much thrown up the white flag at this point. But again, nothing to be ashamed of for a team that only won 3 games last season. Leonard back to pass. Takes a hit. Caught. Are they going to call that a touchdown? No, that'll be 1st and goal from the 1. Yep, his knee hit. So that'll be 1st and goal from the half yard line. That looks like he might have gone across. All right, that'll be 2nd and goal with 5.5 minutes left in the game. Yeah, Notre Dame will call a timeout here with 4:54 left in the game. So that'll be Notre Dame's first timeout of the second half. So we're about to wrap things up here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. Thank you to everybody that watched me on Facebook Live tonight, on YouTube, and on X. Hope you've liked what I put out tonight, considering that this is the first uh, college football game I've ever done. Will I do some more college football playoff games? I'll think about it. I'll think about it. All right, come on, let's go ahead and let's run this clock out. Let's end this game and let's move on out. All right. Again, hey, look, great season for Indiana, regardless of tonight's result. I wasn't expecting them to win. Would have been great if they did. Tomorrow, a triple header: SMU versus Penn State, Clemson versus Texas, and Tennessee versus Ohio State. First and goal from the half line, half yard line, excuse me, for Notre Dame. Leonard takes it in, touchdown Notre Dame, and that will absolutely do it. 9 plays, 78 yards. And Riley Leonard sets a Notre Dame QB rushing touchdown record, breaking the record set by Wimbush. Extra point is good. So with 4:50 left, 27-3, Notre Dame. Okay, so Notre Dame will be kicking off to Indiana. The celebrations have already begun in South Bend, and rightfully so. So it'll be first and 10 for Indiana. It all really started when Rourke threw that interception in the red zone after Indiana had gotten an interception. And then on the next play, Love gets that 98-yard touchdown run. And then slowly but surely, Notre Dame started pulling away. So now Indiana, first and 10 from their own 24-yard line with under 5 minutes left. Rourke. Ooh. Okay, there's a flag down. That'll be that looked dangerously close to being a horse collar. Ooh. Ooh. All right, let's see what the referee says about the flag. All right, Indiana. That's a 15-yard penalty against Indiana. That looked kind of ticky-tacky to me. Regardless, it's first and 10. Rock back. Okay, that'll be second and 3. 4 minutes left in the game. Okay, that'll be first down for Indiana. 4 minutes left in the 2024 season for the Indiana Hoosiers. Or that'll be second and 2. Excuse me, second and 3. Rourke. Okay, first and 10. Indiana operating out of the from the Notre Dame 46-yard line with 3 minutes left. It will be Notre Dame versus Georgia on New Year's Day in the Sugar Bowl in the quarterfinals of the college football playoff. Rourke throws it out of bounds there. Double coverage. That'll be a flag on Notre Dame. So Indiana going for it all. That'll probably be another flag there for pass interference. But for sure, the offside flag will be against Notre Dame. So that'll be second and 5. 2:51 left in the fourth quarter. Notre Dame about to beat Indiana here. Indiana just wants to score some points here, just to salvage a little bit of pride. Rourke, good throw. That'll be first and 10. 2.5 minutes left in the game. Nothing. That'll be second and 10. And looks like they'll go down to the 2-minute warning. Like 2 minutes left in this game. The first ever college football playoff matchup. Impressive, impressive win by Notre Dame. All right, we're about to wrap this up here. Indiana at the Notre Dame 24-yard line, down 27-3, 2nd and 9. The final minutes of the college career of Curtis Rourke. Oh, that was almost a great grab there. 3rd and 9. Well, that'll be a first down for Indiana. The first time ever in the history of Indiana football that they win more than 10 plus games. Okay, that'll be 2nd and 10, an incomplete pass. A minute 35 left. Wow. Their QB coach is going to be leaving. He's going to be going to UCLA. 2nd and 10. I'm sure the Notre Dame defense doesn't want to give up a touchdown, though. Oh, good play call there. Nice spin move, and that'll be a touchdown for Indiana. Okay, touchdown, Indiana. Yep, ball breaks the plane. Okay, Indiana's going to go for two, but they will. All right, so Indiana's going to go for two, and they convert. All right, so it'll be a 76-yard drive, 27-11, Notre Dame. It'll be the fourth meeting between Georgia and Notre Dame. Georgia has won all three of them. Probably the most memorable one was, I believe, the Sugar Bowl, the 1981 Sugar Bowl, which was from the 1980 season. Georgia beat Notre Dame 27-23. That was Georgia's first national title. When somebody you've probably heard of before, Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker led the Georgia Bulldogs to the national title. It's going to be an onside kick. Indiana recovers. How about that? Okay. Marcus Freeman not happy. Oh, that onside kick could not have been any better. Okay, so Indiana with a chance here to make it a little more respectable with a minute 24 left. Work. That looked like a holding call, but nothing's called. That'll be second down. Second and 12. Timeout taken by Indiana with a minute 12 left in the game. Mm. You know, Marcus Freeman's not going to be happy about that onside kick, so rest assured there'll be some drills between now and January 1st. All right, minute 13 left in the game. Indiana with one timeout left, down 27-11. The Notre Dame ladies loving it. They will travel to the Superdome New Year's Day. Third and 5. Looks like there's an issue with, I don't know if there's an issue with the clock or, okay, so we're going to reset the game clock to 103. Third and 5. Notre Dame fans getting a little ticked off, but the game's over. Third and 5. It looks like that's a first down for Indiana. And a timeout by Notre Dame. All right, they're making this game go a lot longer than what it needs to. Okay, so they're reviewing the call on the field of a first down. Again, they're just milking this game. They've got everybody out there longer than what they need to be. This game's over. All right. Okay, so they're gonna reverse that call. So that'll be what? What down is that gonna be then? So that'll be 4th and 1 with 52 seconds left. Oh my goodness. All right, 4th and 1. And Indiana will get the first down. Second down, 2nd and 3 from the Notre Dame 27. Rourke gets the first down. And he's going to spike it with 31 seconds left. Rourke, sideline. And that's a touchdown for Indiana. All right, so you know they're going to go for 2 here. Omar Cooper Jr., 23-yard TD reception. Now, this is going to sound crazy, but Indiana needs to convert the 2-point conversion. That'll make it 27-19 and hope to recover the onside kick. And then things might get a little interesting here. But if nothing else, they're making the score more respectable as opposed to what was it, 27-3 not too long ago. Okay, no 2-point conversion, so that will do it for sure. Nice job there by Jordan Clark. And that is it. That is it for the Indiana career of Curtis Rourke. Indiana will try an onside kick, but even with a score and a 2-point conversion, they'll still fall short. There's the onside kick. Notre Dame recovers. They'll take a knee, and it'll be all over. So all Notre Dame has to do now is take a knee, and it's all over. And that's it. That's a wrap. The final score in this first ever college football playoff game: Notre Dame, the 7th seed, 27; Indiana, the 10th seed, 17. Notre Dame will move on to the Sugar Bowl on January the 1st to play Georgia. The 12th win ties a school record for Notre Dame. So props to Marcus Freeman. And for Indiana, despite this loss, they will finish 11-2, the best season in the history of Indiana football. So thank you to everybody that watched me tonight here on the Veterans Gaming Podcast. I will keep you up to date if I do any more college football playoff games. And I will be back for sure December the 29th with another Barclays Premier League soccer watch along. So uh, I'll keep you posted on that. Until next time, thank you for joining me again on Facebook Live, on uh, X, and on YouTube. This has been the Veterans Gaming Podcast. Good night.